Hi, and thanks for joining me. I hope you're having a good week. My name is Alan from my Narrowboat venture, and I'm sat on my boat, Lazy Daze. It's a little while since I've spoken to you, so I thought it would be a good idea, seeing I have quite a lot of new viewers, to discuss some of the aspects of boat life, particularly with regards to the boat and the services provided on the boat. I have been getting a number of questions about things that I have covered before, but obviously new viewers aren't aware of the answers. So I don't want to go into too much depth, but I thought it would be a good idea just to cover some basic points. So before I discuss the various different aspects of the boat, yesterday I received 2 surprise parcels which I took great pleasure in opening and we'll start with that. I'm delighted to say that my friends Lynn and Victor in Australia have sent me another package. And I can see already what's inside it because it's written on it. So I'm looking forward to opening this, and thank you very much indeed for thinking of me. It means a great deal. Thank you so much. So let's see how I get on opening it. I've got my trusty scissors here. Just got to find the best place. Actually, I might be able to open it like this. I'm getting there. I made a side entry into the package. Oh! So this is an Easter card. I'm not sure if I'm meant to open that now or not. I'm tempted to wait actually, because we're still some way off of Easter. There's no instructions. It does say Easter card and gift. So I might just hang on to that one for now. But this is what I'm waiting for. Let's see if I can break into it. Lovely, 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 lovely. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Oh, cherry ripe bars. I can't wait to get these unwrapped. Oh, I love these. Oh, fantastic. They're getting caught in the packaging. Dear. Soon be with you. 2 of them, and they're twin packs. Thank you so much, Lynn and Victor. I'm going to enjoy eating these. Thank you very much indeed. And as I say, I'll think about what to do with the card. It's very, very kind of you. Thank you so much. I have also received another package today. And I'm not sure if it's something I've ordered or why it's come to me. It seems to have come from a company. But it could be a private individual sending me something, so I won't say too much about it, but I will open it just to see what is inside. I'd forgotten I'd ordered this. It's something I've bought myself. It's a laying off brush for when I do the painting. When I did the painting last year, I knew about the principle of laying off with a brush. That means after you've rolled the paint on, you take a brush to it and work your way up or down or whatever. I hadn't appreciated initially that there were special brushes that you could use for that purpose. I'd already bought one. I've not used it yet, and I thought it'd be good to have a spare, because if you don't get to clean them that well, and I'm quite good at cleaning brushes, they do go off. This one is 4 inches or 100 mils wide, and it's very, very thin. I don't know if you can see that. It's very thin indeed. I was using a thick 2.5 inch wide brush, 2.5, 62, 63 mils. But this is marked, I don't know if you can actually see it on there, it's marked as a laying off brush. So this is what I should have used. I haven't really decided what I'll be doing with regards to painting this year, so time will tell on that, but I expect I'll get round to doing something. There are some scratches on the side of the boat that I'd like to get rid of. I was trying to think of sort of polishing it, buffering it up in some way to get a better quality finish based on what I did last year, rather than repainting, so time will tell. I am silly, aren't I? I thought someone else had sent me a present. So I'm moored at Yelvertoft Marina, which is on the Leicester section of the Grand Union Canal. There are 20 miles of lock-free cruising between Foxton locks to the north and Watford locks to the south. These are both sets of interconnecting locks known as staircase locks, and I have discussed these in the past so you will find videos that cover these locks and also repairs that have been carried out to them. I have an allocated mooring in the marina. I wouldn't call it permanent in the sense that the management has the right to move boats around, but basically when I go out from the marina and come back again, I do return to the same mooring. Now on the pontoon or jetty, different people call it different things, but we tend to call it a pontoon, although it's not literally floating. On the pontoon there is a bollard which provides electricity, which we pay for by buying cards, and there is also a water tap. With regards to the electricity, it is a 16 amp supply which gives over 3 kilowatts of mains electricity. On my boat I have a fuse box with 2 protections, one is 6 amp and one is 10 amp. On the 6 amp side I have the immersion heater and the battery charger, and on the 10 amp side, that is my power side, that gives me 2.3 kilowatts of power to use as I choose. So that will run either my kettle or my iron or different things, you know, but not all at once because the supply is limited. Water is stored on the boat. There is an integral water tank in the bow of the boat which holds about 150 gallons. So I fill that from the tap that is on the pontoon. I don't drink that water, I just use it for washing, washing myself, washing up, that sort of thing. The water I drink I take from the tap, but I keep it in separate bottles, so that is always fresh. One thing I do often get asked is, where does the water go? Well, if you're using the sink or the basin, the water drains by gravity into the canal or into the marina. If you're using a shower, because the shower tray is below water level, the water is pumped out using a Jabsco pump. And that too goes into the canal or marina water. The water supply gets pumped to the tap fittings and the shower fitting. There's a 12-volt Jabsco pump for that purpose. Between the tank and the pump there is a separate filter to filter out any impurities in the water. But as I said just now, I don't actually drink that water. When I'm away from the marina, the boat is reliant on its own electric power. It's a 12-volt system on my boat. Some boats do use 6-volt batteries and some 24-volt, but mine is pretty standard using 12 volts. There is a starter battery for starting the engine, and I have 4 leisure batteries which provide power. And last year I had 2 solar panels fitted on the roof which provide 350 watts. When the engine is running, there are 2 separate alternators. One charges the starter battery and the other charges the leisure batteries. I'm not going to go into any technical detail regarding the batteries. I'm just trying to give an outline of how the boat gets its electricity. Obviously, when the engine is running and you're cruising, the batteries are being recharged. The other topic that always gets discussed is about toilets. There are what I consider to be 2 main types of toilet that you might have on a narrowboat. One is a pump out toilet and the other is a cassette toilet. The third option is a composting toilet. There is a fourth, but I think very, very few boats will have it, which is an incinerator toilet. So I'm not going to discuss those. Coming back to the pump out toilet, if a boat has a pump out toilet, it will have a relatively large holding tank, but periodically that tank will need to be pumped out and you will need to take your boat somewhere to do that. All marinas will have a pump out facility, and wharves and things like that will have a pump out facility. The difficulty with a pump out facility is that if the equipment is broken, you can't use it. You also have to pay to pump your toilet out. You have to buy tokens or whatever. I'm really not sure of the charges for that, but I think it's probably £15 to £20, something of that nature. There are advantages and disadvantages of having a pump out. On my boat I have a cassette toilet. I find that very convenient. The cassette gets emptied at an L-sand disposal point. There's no charge for that. The marina obviously has a point to do that. And canal side, there are various service points where you can obtain water and dispose of your cassette waste. Coming back to the composting toilet, one of the difficulties with such a toilet is, although it's fairly straightforward to dispose of the waste water side, the actual solid side is more difficult, and the Canal and River Trust have recently said that such disposals must be made away from the canals. That will give boaters with that facility a bit of a headache. I have covered these topics in various different videos, but I did produce 2 videos on purchasing a narrowboat and what I was looking for in particular, and I expand on some of the points I have raised today. These will be found at numbers 112 and 114 and I will put links in the description below. I've forgotten to answer the classic question, is it cold on a narrowboat? So I think I should say something about hot water and heating. Hot water is provided from a calorifier. To understand a little bit more about a calorifier, I suggest you look at my recent video, number 174, which was entitled No Pressure. In that there are some diagrams and an explanation that will tell you a little bit more about it than I'm going to now. So with the calorifier, that is provided with an electric immersion heater that is run from the mains and can only be used when I'm connected to shoreline. The other way it provides hot water is by being heated directly from the engine, and the third way, water is heated from the Webasto diesel boiler. So there are three ways of getting hot water on the boat. With regards to heating the boat, I have central heating to 4 radiators, and that is powered by the Webasto boiler. And also I have a Morso Squirrel stove which will burn coal and wood. When I use that, it can get incredibly hot. So the answer to the question is actually no. It doesn't have to be cold on a narrowboat. In fact, it can be too hot. I'm sorry about that, the light's just gone out. I hope that has given you an outline of how some of the services on a boat work. I didn't want to go into a lot of detail because I have discussed these many times before. So I thought I'd move on to something else that I know you like to see, and that is the Swans. I filmed some activity a little while back and I thought you might like to take a look. Many thanks for watching. If you haven't yet done so, please do subscribe and click the little bell to receive notifications of future videos. Meanwhile, look after yourselves, your friends and families. Take the utmost care. Until next time, bye for now.